The Gemsbok or South African oryx is a large antelope in the genus Oryx. Some authorities formally classified the East African oryx as a subspecies. Gemsbok primarily inhabit arid and semi-arid regions of southern Africa, including deserts, savannas, and scrublands. They are well adapted to these harsh environments and can survive on limited water sources. The Gemsbok is classified as a species of least concern by the International Union for Conservation of Nature due to its relatively stable population and wide distribution in southern Africa. However, they still face some threats from habitat loss and poaching in certain areas. Gemsbok have a light brown to grayish body color. They have a white underbelly and legs. Their most distinctive features are the bold black facial markings, which include black patches around the eyes and a black stripe running down the nose. They also have black markings on their ears and a black tail tuft. Gemsbok have a robust and sturdy build. They have long, slender legs, which are adapted for running in their arid habitat. Their necks are long, and they have a sloping back. The most prominent physical feature is their long, straight, and slender horns. Adult Gemsbok typically stands about 1.1 to 1.5 meters tall at the shoulder. Their body length ranges from approximately 2 to 2.2 meters. Gemsbok are relatively large antelopes compared to many other species. The weight of adult Gemsbok can vary depending on factors such as age, sex, and environmental conditions. On average, adult Gemsbok weigh between 150 to 250 kilograms. Bulls tend to be larger and heavier than cows. Gemsbok are generally seen in small herds, which can consist of 10 to 40 individuals. These herds often include both bulls and cows, as well as their offspring. Within the herd, there is a hierarchical social structure, with dominant individuals leading and guiding the group. Gemsbok face threats from predators like lions, cheetahs, and hyenas. They have several adaptations to avoid predation, including their keen senses of sight and smell. When they sense danger, they often form a defensive circle with their horns pointed outward, making it challenging for predators to attack. Gemsbok produce grunting sounds, which can vary in intensity and duration. These grunts are often used during social interactions and may serve as a form of communication between individuals in the herd. Grunting can also be part of the courtship behavior during the mating season. Snorting sounds are another vocalization used by Gemsbok. Snorts are often produced as a form of alert or warning, particularly when they sense a potential threat, such as the presence of predators. These sounds can serve as a signal to the herd to be on alert or to adopt defensive postures. Gemsbok may produce soft sounds when nuzzling or making physical contact with other members of their herd. These gentle sounds are a form of non-verbal communication within the group, often used to maintain social bonds. Gemsbok are not highly vocal animals overall, and many of their social interactions occur with limited vocalizations. Instead, they rely on body language, including ear positioning, tail movements, and head postures, to communicate with each other. For example, they may raise and lower their tails as signals to other herd members. Gemsbok are known for their nomadic tendencies, often traveling long distances in search of food and water. This nomadism helps them survive in arid regions where resources are sporadic. To cope with extreme temperatures in their arid habitats, Gemsbok can alter their daily activities. They are often more active during the cooler hours of the day and may rest in the shade during the hottest part of the day to conserve energy and avoid overheating. Grasses are a significant component of the gemsbok's diet. They graze on a variety of grass species, including both short grasses and taller, more nutritious grasses when available. Gemsbok are selective feeders and often choose the most nutritious parts of grasses, such as the tender new growth. In addition to grasses, gemsbok also feed on leaves from various shrubs and bushes. They may browse on the leaves of drought-resistant plants, taking advantage of these food sources when grasses are scarce or during dry seasons. Gemsbok occasionally consume forbs, which are broad-leaved herbaceous plants. Forbs can provide additional nutrients and variety to their diet. The selection of forbs depends on their availability in the local habitat. During periods of extreme drought when other food sources are limited, gemsbok are known to dig for roots and tubers using their hooves. These underground plant parts can provide a source of moisture and energy when surface vegetation is scarce. Although gemsbok can survive on limited water, they do require access to water sources when available. They will drink when water is accessible, but they have developed the ability to obtain much of their moisture from the plants they consume. Gemsbok typically have a breeding season that correlates with environmental factors, especially rainfall. In regions with distinct wet and dry seasons, the breeding season often coincides with the rainy season when vegetation is lush, and water sources are more abundant. In areas with more stable environmental conditions, they may breed year-round. During the breeding season, gemsbok bulls become more active and territorial. They mark and defend territories to attract receptive cows. Territorial behavior includes dung piles, scent markings, and aggressive interactions with other males. Dominant males are more successful in attracting females. Courtship behaviors in gemsbok are relatively brief. A receptive female may approach a male and nuzzle or sniff him. Vocalizations, such as grunts and snorts, are common during courtship. Once a pair has formed, mating occurs. The gestation period for gemsbok is approximately 8.5 months, or around 255 days. After mating, females become pregnant and carry their developing calves. Gemsbok cows give birth to a single calf, although twins can occur on rare occasions. Calves are typically born in secluded areas, such as dense vegetation, to provide protection from predators. The timing of births often coincides with favorable environmental conditions, such as the rainy season, when food and water resources are more abundant. Female gemsbok are protective and attentive mothers. They nurse and care for their calves, which are vulnerable to predation in their early weeks of life. Calves are weaned at around 6 months of age and gradually become more independent. While gemsboks are often seen in small herds throughout the year, during the calving season, they may gather in larger groups. This can provide added protection for vulnerable young calves, as there are more individuals to watch for predators. Protecting calves from predators is a high priority for gemsbok. When they perceive a threat, such as the presence of predators like lions or cheetahs, the herd may form a defensive circle with the adults on the outside and the calves in the center. This formation allows them to use their long, sharp horns as a deterrent against potential attackers. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe for even more viewing pleasure. Don't forget, like and comment. Feel free to share.